Hello everybody and welcome back to Madden 2005 in the Oakland Raiders franchise mode, moving forward into year number 3 in the AFC Championship game. Can you believe it? And we are hosting for the first time since our charmed Super Bowl run a few years ago before we took over, of course. That was the last time that the Raiders hosted an AFC Championship game against the Titans, who they did beat pretty convincingly, but hopefully we can repeat that against the Jets here out of the AFC East, which was the worst division in the NFL by far in year number 3, and the Jets have not been one of the better teams in these first 3 years. The Jets finished 8-8 in their first season, which was good for 9th, which was around where we were in year number 1, and then last year they finished 4-12, which was 15th in the AFC, just a spot better than the Texans. So they've rebuilt, reloaded, and won 4 more extra games, and it was good enough to get them not just into the playoffs, but a division title. So, and it's on the back of really that guy right there, Chad Pennington, who had a kind of a career year. It would have been a much better season for him statistically if he hadn't thrown as many interceptions. His number of interceptions has been climbing the last couple of seasons. He threw 19 this year to only 23 touchdowns, but did throw for over 3,500 yards, which from just the immediate looks was kind of a career high in terms of yardage. Santana Moss, another huge contributor for the Jets here, had his first 1,100, not just 1,100, but 1,000-yard season since 2003 this year. So he's been a big contributor for the Jets offense as well. So those are the things we got to look for as we head into this game here. But we've also had some pretty stellar performances from our own offensive contributors, and so we're hoping to see a lot more of that here in the AFC Championship game, as Couch has already given up mistakes here. That's his first interception of the playoffs, but it's going to be a massive one, as that one's returned all the way back to the end zone for a pick 6. And that is Tim Couch's, again, his first interception of the playoffs. He was lights out in the wildcard game and lights out in the divisional round. And he's going to start this thing off on a bad note with a pick 6 heading the other way. So the Jets are going to get a nice little boost here to start things off 7-0. But back towards midfield the Raiders are, and Couch lays that one out towards the sideline. It's going to be caught by Porter, who had an amazing game in Baltimore against the Ravens here. Had over 200 receiving yards. I mean, just an amazing feat for Porter. 1st and 10 now for the Raiders. Couch back to pass here, going to go across the middle. I think he's going to go back to Porter once again, and already Porter going to start racking up the receptions here for our offense. So 2nd and 4 now inside the Jets 15. Couch back to pass, going to fire it off to the other side, still kind of across the middle, and it's Porter again. So we're just going to be hitting 84 all game, I guess, and that's not a problem as long as we can protect the football. So 2nd and goal from the 5, and Couch is going to pitch this one out to Fargas, and Fargas is going to get into the end zone, and Justin Fargas had a completely nothing burger of a game in Baltimore. And the Ravens defense was able to snuff out our running game, which was very potent against San Diego in the wildcard round. But already we have Justin Fargas getting involved here, getting another touchdown in the playoffs here. And now the Jets are going to take over on offense on a 2nd and 6. Pennington back to pass here. He's going to lie out a deep shot here. I was going to say lob, and then I said lay, but he just lobbed out a deep shot here all the way downfield to Justin McCarron's, who had himself a decent year, over 900 yards and 11 touchdowns, which leads the Jets' skill position players. And now Pennington back across to the middle, and this time he's going to hit Wayne Sherbet. I want to say Sherbert. I have to remember not to say Sherbert, but it's Sherbet. But he is able to make this catch across the middle. He kind of throws off Derek Gibson. Pennington hit as he throws, so getting some pressure on the quarterback. Maybe we can turn those into sacks. So on 3rd and 6 here, Pennington back to pass. Pressure is on again, but he gets rid of it quickly here. And now in the end zone, caught for a touchdown. It is who else but Santana Moss, making our secondary pay a bit of a price here by playing a little bit loose. I don't even want to say play loose. We had 6 guys back there, but no one could get it. So the Jets take a 7-point lead here late in the first quarter. Couch back to pass again at midfield, and that pass is going to be caught by Chris Cole, who's had some small contributions here, but nothing too much to really report in this playoffs. And now as time is expiring in the first quarter, Couch going to get the snap off here, rolls out a little bit, throws it at the same spot on the field, and it's Chris Cole once again making the completion. As the first quarter comes to a close, we trail the Jets here by just 7 points. So thanks to that pick 6, really, I think offensively we can hang with these Jets, but we got to be real smart with how we control the football here on offense. So 1st and 10 now in the red zone. Couch gets rid of it quickly here, hit as he throws, and that pass is going to be caught by Teo Johnson, the tight end. Also hasn't been a stellar performer here in the playoffs here, but we will take any contribution where we can. And on first and goal, we're going to hand it off to Fargas, who's just going to dive into the end zone safely. Hey, man, protecting the football. That's what we're talking about all game here. And he protected the football by just diving forward, avoiding the contact, avoiding injury, and I will take that. So Fargas gets his second touchdown of the game. He hasn't really rushed for a ton of yardage, but touchdown Goblin, hey, man, as long as we're getting touchdowns, I guess. Who cares, right? And now we are back on offense because, like I said, I think we can hang with these Jets offensively, and our defense just needs to get a couple stops, and we should be all right in the driver's seat here. So Justin Gage finally taps in for a completion, and now in the very next play, Couch is going to go back to the same spot on the field as we're hitting Gage again on those slants, man. He's just indestructible in those little slant patterns. So 2nd and 8 now inside the red zone already. Couch back to pass once again. Down the sideline, he's going to throw it, and I believe, is that Justin Fargas? Is it Justin Fargas for his third touchdown? It is! Justin Fargas, man. The top contributor so far in the AFC Championship. I can't believe it, man. So we're up 21-14 over these Jets, and with just inches to go, Pennington lobs it for a huge shot down the sideline, and it's Santana Moss bringing that one down. So Chad Pennington only needed a few inches, but instead he goes for the home run shot to Santana Moss down the sideline. And look at that, bro. Who's that in tow? Is that Nandi Asamoah or Phil Buchanan? I don't know, but in tow, man. Just had no shot. So 3rd and 5 now inside the red zone for the Jets. We can get them off the field right now. That'd be the ideal thing to do. Pennington, pressure is on, and he's going to get hit as he throws, and the ball comes loose, but they're going to say it was a forward pass as Pennington takes a huge shot from one of our big D linemen, and that's going to bring a 4th down for the Jets special team. So they're going to attempt the 36-yarder. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Jets do manage to add some points here, but we do manage to get another stop of some kind. And so now, 21-17 is your score, heading close to about the 2-minute warning in the first half. Couch, a nice deep shot downfield down the middle of the field, and that is going to be Justin Gage once again. He's already up to 7 receptions on the day, and he's already contributing a little bit more than he did last game. I mean, he's about there. He had 8 receptions for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns last game. He's still looking for a touchdown in this game, but already has about the same amount of yards and receptions. So Couch back to pass again, and across the middle, and the seas have parted, and we have, I believe it's Justin Gage again, or no, it's actually Brian Lynch. Brian Lynch, the young receiver, getting towards the end zone. He had a lot of open space here. The seats just kind of parted. There was, look at that, a lot of receivers and defenders just kind of surrounding him, and he just kind of found the open running lane and nearly got into the end zone. So 1st and goal now for the Raiders inside the 5. We're going to hand this one off to Fargas, who gets in the end zone again, and that's his 4th touchdown. He scored every single touchdown. I know it says 3 because it's not considering his receiving touchdown, but all-purpose, I guess, touchdowns, just total touchdowns. He's got 4 on the day, all 4 of our touchdowns. So 28-17 against the Jets. Still plenty of time in the first half for the Jets to answer back if they can, and Pennington is going to hit Sherbet again for another 1st down. Now they're going to try and run back up to the line at their own 40-yard line, try and run with some tempo here as they're under a minute and a half left to work. Pennington back to pass here. Plenty of time, rolls out, throws it towards the sideline, and that is Santana Moss's region. So we're going to assume that that's where the pass was made. And now 1st and 10, the Jets are going to run back up to the line. Time's ticking closer to about a minute. Pennington back to pass again. Goes to the other side of the field. And I believe it is Wayne Sherbet once again making another completion. And Sherbet's like a 79 overall. He's not even one of the better receivers for the Jets. He didn't have a remarkable season, only 400 or so yards and a few touchdowns. But he is really stepping up for the Jets offense right now in this game. And Santana Moss gets a catch towards the sticks. But now 3rd and inches, we're going to come back. The Jets being cautious with their time. Just under a minute left to go here. Pennington needs to get a couple inches. And he's going to hand it off to Curtis Martin, who we haven't seen at all in this game so far. But he's going to pick up the 1st down for the Jets, but he's not going to get into the end zone, so now they have to be pretty quick again to get back up to the line because time is ticking away now. So on 1st and goal, Pennington back to pass here, and he's going to fire it to the back of the end zone to Curtis Martin again, and he does catch it, but he's out of the back of the end zone, so that's not going to be any good. So time will stop at 43 seconds, but on 2nd and goal, Pennington going to go look to pass again, and wide open in the back of the end zone is Justin McCarons, who gets himself a touchdown. He's gone. He phases through the wall. But look at this, man. We had one of these in the regular season, I think in that Jaguars game. If you guys remember that, we had a receiver step out of the back of the end zone, and McCarons does it here, which, is complete BS, but they're going to count it. So 24-28 is the score. Under a minute left to go in the first half, but we know what this Raiders team can do with just a couple plays, as Couch is able to find Teo Johnson, of all people, downfield, a huge deep bomb, and that's going to get us in scoring position if we can do something here, which is 27 seconds left to work. Couch back to pass here, taking his time, takes too much time, and he's going to get sacked. And look at that, doing his push-ups already, doing his push-ups, and he's going to take a huge sack. And look at the physicality here from the Jets defensive line as he gets home to Tim Couch. Tim Couch able to hang on to the football, though, fortunately, so we will accept that. We will happily take that. So bring out Janikowski. We're going to run the time down to just 8 seconds or 9 seconds and bring out Janikowski for a rather manageable field goal for him in his range, and that's going to extend the lead to 7 over the Jets after one half of play. So remember, it was 14-7 heading into the second quarter, and we had an absolute onslaught of points in the second. So we'll see how the second half goes. Already a couple minutes ticked away here in the third quarter as Couch fires one across the middle, and I think it's Teo Johnson again with the reception. No, it's Justin Gage. Justin Gage continuing to contribute here. So fast forward to his second and inches here, and Couch is going to pitch this one off to Fargas. Fargas getting to the outside edge, and don't tell me, come on! 5 touchdowns for Justin Fargas, man, and this is not boding well for the offense, because now it's pretty much, if Justin Fargas isn't the one scoring the touchdown, it doesn't look like we're going to score a touchdown, but hey, man, he's still finding a way to get in the end zone. Mario Norris, you got to hit the treadmills, man. Got to get a little bit more speed to set up that block, but they're going to say Fargas was in, so we will take it. And now Curtis Martin, the Jets running back, is getting involved here. He's going to pick up a first down to get the Jets inside the 30, closer to about the Raider 25. And so now it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Jets. We're going to fast forward to down by a considerable margin here. And now the Jets going to dump this one off, Chad Pennington's going to dump this one off to Chris Baker, the Pro Bowl tight end for the Jets, who had, listen to this, man, 78 receptions for 694 yards, man, but only 1 touchdown. That matches his regular season total right there. I mean, he probably had one in the first couple games in the playoffs for the Jets, but just a crazy stat to see here. But the Jets are not done as Pennington's hit as he throws, and Santana Moss shakes off the defender, and he's showboating all the way to the end zone as he is gone for a huge pass from Pennington for another Jets touchdown, and now New York is back into this game, folks. They're back into it as Santana Moss just shakes off Phillip Buchanan, and he just continues his offensive onslaught through the air against our secondary, man. Phillip Buchanan's done an all-right job of holding down Santana Moss, but we've seen some of those big plays, and now it is a tie ball game, folks. Down 14, and now it's a tie ball game, and Tim Couch, another turnover as he gets absolutely gobbled up by the Jets pass rush. And that ball ends up on the ground, and the Jets are going to take over deep in our end. So now Pennington here on 3rd down floats this one out here, and it's going to be caught, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the goal line, but it's going to be a first down. I believe it's the backup tight end, I would guess. It's not Chris Baker, so I'm going to guess it's the backup tight end for the Jets. So 2nd and goal now. They're going to hand this one, or fake the handoff, rather, and go to the back of the end zone, and it's Santana Moss once again. And now Phillip Buchanan beginning to struggle here, holding down that side of the field. Oh, no, man. We've seen this kind of stuff before with our DBs kind of holding things down at the beginning and then kind of losing touch with it. So in the third quarter, the Jets managed to retake the lead. So heading into the fourth quarter, exchanging back and forth, a lot of points already scored. We've been in these situations before, man. Can we hang on and retake the lead? So on a 3rd and inches here in Jets territory, Couch goes to the sideline and finds Fargas, and somehow they're going to say that was good, I think. I think they're going to rule that he was in bounds. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to look at it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That was close. That was really close, but they're not going to challenge it, so we're going to roll with it. Now, Tim Couch, back to pass here. Zooms it across the middle, and that pass is made, or rather completed, to Teo Johnson, who's had himself a pretty good game, man. We've seen Teo Johnson a few times in this game, but now we're going to fast forward to a 3rd and goal. We've been great on 3rd down in this game, not something we've done really all year. And Justin Fargas again, are you kidding me? 6 touchdowns, 6 total touchdowns in this game. He has been the entire offense, man, the entirety of it. So 45-45 now, late in the fourth quarter. Pennington looks to throw here, and he's going to throw an interception. This one's heading the other way as that pass is picked off by Napoleon Harris, one of our top linebackers. We don't need to say anything about him. We already know what he's capable of. But quickly it becomes 3rd and 10 as we're struggling to do anything with the football. And Couch across the middle, that pass is going to be completed, but it's going to be shy of the first down marker. So it looks like we're going to have to give the Jets the ball back here. We weren't able to kill off as much time, but we're going to bring out Janikowski for a 49-yarder. Maybe he can at least give us the lead back, and he does. So we're going to take a 48-45 point lead. And now time, a lot of time has been taken off the board here against the Jets. Jets, but still, it's only a 3-point game, and the Jets can very easily get in field goal range with 1:43 left to go. But quickly, it's third down again. The Jets have been good on third down as well. That pass is going to be completed to McCarron's, but he's going to fumble it. And now the Raiders are going to get on top of it. And that one should just about spell doom for the Jets here, as McCarron fumbles that first down completion. But quickly, it's 3rd and 4. Again, we're going to hand off to Morian Norris, and he can't get there. So we only managed to kill off like 15 seconds on the clock as the Jets use their timeouts, and Morian Norris cannot get us the game-icing first down. But we're still well within Janikowski's range at 52 yards, and we're going to burn the time down to 52 seconds, and Janikowski nails it again. But it is still only a 6-point game now, so the Jets can score a touchdown and retake the lead. But we've been able to at least add points this time. Remember, I can't remember what game it was, where we kept getting the onside kicks, and Janikowski was missing those 52-yarders and a chance to give us more points, but he's at least nailing them this time. So, but with just 40 seconds and some change left in the game, the Jets are now moving quickly here. They don't have timeouts, but that pass is completed, and that's going to get them to their own 46-yard line. So back up to the line here, 1st and 10. 30 seconds left to go, man. They're taking a long time, and Pennington's going to get the spike off and clock it at 30 seconds to go. So they probably have maybe 2 or 3 plays to get it down there. With incompletions, it might be more, but Pennington fires this one off here, and that pass is going to be completed again to get the Jets inside the 40. I believe it was McCarron's again. And now getting back up to the line. Time does not stop with the first down. This ain't college. So now up to 20 seconds, and the Jets are going to blow that final timeout. A potential costly decision here as they blow that final timeout that they could have used when they get further down. But now they're going to blow it here. Now they only have 18 seconds to get into the end zone, just period. And that pass is completed across the middle. And this is the riskiness we've been talking about. Time ticking close to 10 seconds. The Jets got to get back up to the line of scrimmage here. Got to get the playoff quickly. And on 1st and 10, Pennington's just going to spike it off. And the Jets are going to try and reshuffle the deck and maybe try and get into the end zone here with just this final play. They might have 1, maybe 2 shots at it. So Pennington back to pass. Pass is completed across the middle. There's some open space, but he's going to be tackled well shy of the end zone. 3, 2, 1, and the Jets aren't going to make it there. And that is going to do it for the AFC Championship. The Raiders are going to hold on, and we're heading to the Super Bowl, baby. Super Bowl 41, I believe. And we have punched our ticket as the Jets come up short here in their final drive, a potential game-winning drive. Time management might be a huge question in the papers, man, as we head out of this game. That might be the huge topic heading into next week, trying to figure out, man, maybe the Jets did something wrong. But here you can see in the offensive breakdown, we outplayed the Jets in terms of passing the football. And running the football is so funny because Justin Fargas had so many touchdowns, but only rushed for 27 yards. What a weird stat line. Both teams identical on 3rd down, so that really wasn't a big area where either team gained a huge statistical advantage either way. So very, very interesting circumstance of a game. The Jets, 7 trips to the red zone and 6 touchdowns, man. That's hard. That's hard to win that way. So our defense really has their work cut out for them as we head to the Super Bowl playing either the Eagles or I believe the Seahawks. So Jerry Porter and Justin Gage both have amazing, phenomenal games, man. Just great games. This passing attack has just been good, man. So despite that pick 6, that might have made the game a little bit more manageable for our defense. But outside of the pick 6, another amazing game. So taking a look at the NFC Championship game, and the Eagles managed to beat the Seahawks in Philadelphia. So we will be playing the Eagles in the Super Bowl, baby. We are Super Bowl bound, and we are going to be facing off against the Eagles. So similar seasons for both teams record-wise, and what a huge, huge feat. So in year number 3, we're going to cap things off with a trip to the Super Bowl. Will we win? Will we not? Who knows? Hope to see you guys in Miami, man, for Super Bowl 41, man, against the Eagles.